Am I the asshole for taking back control of Thanksgiving meal planning and cooking from my husband? I cook Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners every year for my husband, his family, and our kid and have for 16 years. I put a lot of love, planning, and effort into making it a really special day. This year, between work, parenting, and everything else, I'm tired and I don't want to cook Thanksgiving. I went to him and asked if we could just go to a nice restaurant instead. To my surprise, he said he'd handle it. However, even cooking a simple Thanksgiving meal requires forethought, like getting the frozen turkey in the fridge to defrost multiple days in advance. Now is the time to pick up some items. I don't know if he knows what he signed up for. I started asking when he was planning on doing his grocery run and what dishes he was planning to serve. He just dodged the question and said he'd handle it. He has a habit of underestimating tasks and rushing last minute. I finally was like, look, why don't we work together and start planning? He admitted he was only going to cook a simple meal of turkey breast, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. That's it. Basically, I said that's not really a special holiday dinner and I wouldn't have agreed to that had I known that's what he meant. I said I'd be happy to work together and balance simple like he wants and special like I want. I suggested turkey, potatoes, packet gravy, box stuffing, pre-made mac and cheese, canned cranberry sauce, broccoli, rolls, and a store-made pie. He got really defensive and made it about him versus me. Very black and white. Your way or my way. His offer isn't good enough to me. I'm just trying to get my way. When I explained no, that's not what I mean, he insisted I did. I cannot imagine family showing up and being served a very simple meal like that. It's just bad holiday hosting. Maybe coordinating a potluck would be okay, but he wasn't doing that. We already committed to hosting them. Am I the asshole? Too long did not read. Husband offered to cook Thanksgiving dinner for the first time instead of me. Unbeknownst to me until now his offer was only to cook turkey, potatoes, and broccoli. Upon learning that, I insisted on working together to make a simple but more complete meal. He says I'm being controlling for insisting on serving more than that. Oh no, his family is definitely expecting more and will also probably blame you when they have to adjust their expectations so drastically without warning. Not the asshole. Let him fail. Tell everyone the minute they arrive that hubby did everything. You're not even sure what's on the menu, but you're sure it will be fabulous, and all credit should go to him. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If he offered to host a family holiday, he needs to step up and actually host. Not the asshole. You didn't want to do it because it's so much work because it's a special day with special food. You suggested visiting a nice restaurant instead because it's a special day, etc., etc. It's nice that he offered to handle it this year, but he is not really handling it. Not the asshole. I understand standards when hosting. His were incredibly low. Wasn't he at the table all of these 16 years? Jesus. Am I the asshole for going to the gym first thing in the morning without checking in my SIL first? My brother and SIL moved into my parents' house where I, F23, live a few weeks ago with their 2-year-old while their house is being renovated. I watch my nephews sometimes but I don't know much about kids or taking care of them. I usually go to the gym very early on weekend mornings when it isn't crowded. Yesterday morning I got up and went to the gym as usual, no one was up yet. At the gym I leave my phone in the locker so I don't get distracted. I did my workout and went in the sauna for a while. When I got my phone out of the locker I had a bunch of calls and texts from Sil demanding to know where I was, saying she needed me to watch my nephew while her and brother went out on errands. When I came home she blew up on me for not checking they needed me before going to the gym. They had errands to run and she missed her nail appointment. I don't think that's fair, but now I'm feeling terrible about it. Not the asshole. Don't let her turn you into her in-home childcare. If you start making small concessions like this it will blow up in your face. Obviously not the asshole, and to be honest I'd be sitting down with them both and reminding them that as much as you don't mind helping out here and there, that he is their kid not yours and they should be mindful of that. The Sil sounds incredibly entitled, and if you don't nip that behavior in the bud with her now and set that boundary I expect it will just continue, get worse. In Ta, she could have asked your parents or she could have gone by herself to her nail appointment and left your brother watching his son. Edit. I'm also assuming since it was an appointment she knew in advance, meaning she should have asked when she made the appointment or at the very least the day before. Am I the asshole for eating alone in a different room at my boyfriend's parents' house? For many years, my BF's parents have had us over for brunch, lunch, or dinner. They have a nice deck with an outdoor table and chairs and use it to eat or hang out. Thing is, it has to be freezing temperature before they will concede and eat in the dining room. I've had to sit on that deck many times trying to eat my food while I am shivering, even though I'm wearing layers. Last week, we went over there for brunch mid-morning. The outdoor table was set with plates, etc. I had my layers on again, but I was cold. When we were outside, I noticed the thermometer read about 45 F. The food got cold quickly, and I decided I had enough. I told them as nicely as I could that I was too cold. The mom turned to the dad and asked, "Well, should we pack it in?" The dad, scooping food into his mouth, said, "Nah, it's not too bad out here," and kept on eating. Nothing more was said, not even from my BF. Everyone kept eating. So I apologized sincerely that I needed to eat inside, gathered my plate, napkin, silverware, and glass, and went into the dining room. I finished eating before they were done, and since I was warmed up I went back to the deck while they chewed the cud and finished up. I could feel tension and no one talked to me. After we left, my boyfriend berated me in the car for being rude. I agree it's not the best thing to do, but I had put up with this for a long time out of politeness and I think their behavior is nutty. Sure, after years of this, I should know better than to go over there with my boyfriend if it's a cold day. I do it to be a good girlfriend and daughter-in-law. Not the asshole they were rude, you're a guest, they should have went inside. WTF is wrong with them? 45 female is cold. Maybe they should invest in a patio heater. Not the asshole. When you said you were cold, the dad should have agreed to go inside. What kind of asshole wants his guests to be uncomfortable? I'm scratching my head about why they want to be out there. Dad must have terrible farts. Gonna have to say not the asshole. You expressed the fact it was too cold to be eating outside. They chose to ignore you and continue on eating like you said nothing. And then your boyfriend berated you and complained that you were rude to go inside because it was too cold for you to eat outside. You need to sit down and have a serious conversation with your boyfriend about this. Eating outside is fine when the weather is good, but eating in 40°F weather isn't. Am I the asshole for spending $70 from our joint account? My boyfriend and I moved in together about 3 months ago. Recently we got a joint account for grocery shopping. The plan is that we both put in $210, so we have $420 for the entire month. This weekend we are having a movie marathon at my brother and SIL's and I baked a cake, some buns and bought some snacks. We were running low on some staple things such as eggs, milk and flour, so I bought this as well. I also bought some spring rolls for an easy dinner, as well as a big bag of dates that will last forever and be used for lots of stuff. It all came to around $70. Today, while I was at my brother's and my boyfriend hadn't arrived yet, because he didn't feel like watching 4 movies in a row, my boyfriend wrote me a message with just my name. Nothing else. He normally never uses my real name, unless I've done something real bad. So my heart instantly started beating faster and I felt kind of sick. He then asked, "What have you spent $70 on?" And I explained that I had bought stuff for the weekend, as well as some staple stuff. My brother and Sil are providing food as well as snacks and soda. He was going on about it being a lot of money and that he didn't understand how I was even able to spend this much. I explained to him that the prices are crazy right now and that just the milk, eggs, flour and butter had been $14. He then wrote that he felt I was being rude, flippant, not sure how to explain it in English, but in its essence a kind of rude word. That means that I'm not respecting him. Which I did not feel applied to my behavior whatsoever. I honestly felt like it was the complete opposite. I am now left with an awful feeling. My parents has always had a dynamic where my dad got mad at my mom when she spent money. I don't want this dynamic in my relationship and now I'm kind of afraid that we will end up like that. I realize that $70 is a lot of money, but that's honestly the times we are living in. At least where we live. Am I the asshole for spending the money? Edit. I feel like I have to add that only about $30 was money spent on the weekend. The rest was for dinner and other necessities. It's a movie weekend that my boyfriend is also part of. I paid with our joint account as it was our share for the weekend. Not the asshole. And this is concerning. He normally never uses my real name, unless I've done something real bad. So my heart instantly started beating faster and I felt kind of sick. You should never be afraid like this of your partner. That's just not good. If you're going to be in trouble with him every time you buy food from the grocery store, then maybe this relationship needs some serious re-examining. You are not the asshole for spending the money. Your boyfriend is being a terrible asshole in the way he treats you. Even if you had spent the money on items he doesn't approve of, he shouldn't treat you like a naughty child. You are supposed to be partners. If he is annoyed, he needs to talk to you like an adult. He needs to respect you. Not the asshole. You need to leave this man immediately because it sounds like you had the beginnings of a panic attack when he messaged you.